Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Boruto episode review. Today, we're doing episode 105, and I wasn't expecting much for this episode considering what we got last week. And yeah, I guess it was safe to say that I was good that I had really low expectations because we didn't really get much besides basically a recap. So the whole episode is centered around Mitsuki once again, even though we had a full arc, dedicated. Well, I say dedicated kind of loosely, but we had an arc previously beforehand that was like pretty much derived towards him and himself, and it all started because of him. And then all we really had for this episode was Orochimaru and Log, I think that's what his name was, from what I have heard, which is essentially Mitsuki's brother. And basically, they looked through Mitsuki's memories, and basically that was just them looking through a recap of all the events that happened in the previous arc with the Yakuza and the fabrications. And yeah, we pretty much just got everything told to us what we already had suspected. Mitsuki was unsure of as well. He thought everything that was given to him was fabricated, and he wasn't really sure of himself. So he went with the Yakuza and the fabrications to learn more about himself, and he felt more connected to them than what he originally did with Boruto. And everything that we already knew about Mitsuki and how he was feeling throughout the entirety of the arc was pretty much told to us. And we know that the episode's canon. We know the previous episode is canon as well, because the creators have flat out said that the Boruto anime is canon, and episodes like these are canon to the story for Boruto. So whenever we get an episode like this that just doesn't give us anything new to explore with, we're just like, what the hell, like, because in the episode they also admit that Mitsuki has his own free will, but he also has a soul. So something like one of the six paths of pain, I forget which path it is, but the path that's able to rip out one person's soul and gain all the memories and intel of that one person's life, and then they die. That would work on Mitsuki because he has his own soul. So a better episode that would have been focused on Mitsuki was he himself looks at all the other clones of himself and starts to question what makes him so special. Why is he the one that is, exploring, the possibilities with Boruto as his son and Mitsuki being the moon? Because, that's the whole concept behind Mitsuki is, what makes a human? What is humanity for Mitsuki? Does he have feelings? Does he have emotion? And we already have seen that he's able to have emotion, and we didn't know if he had a soul whatsoever. So, and we already knew he had free will. So a better episode would have been exploring what makes this version, you can say, of Mitsuki so special compared to all the other ones. And that just would have been so much more fun to explore and see, considering that we have this big plot thing with Mitsuki, and the whole thing where we finally have Orochimaru explaining and admitting that Mitsuki does have a soul just like everybody else. So he is very human-like. He's human-like in a lot of ways, and we already have explored that, but we haven't explored that enough in a lot of other cases. And the fact that the writers just don't want to do that for Mitsuki, they just want to backtrack and explore everything that we already have seen. It's getting old, and it's getting really annoying whenever they don't want to explore anything new. And it's like, I understand that at right now, like, animators and people working in the staff in the animation industry is going through a lot. And from what we've seen, if you want to like hear about it, there are other people that are talking about it probably on YouTube. So if you want to go hear about it, go ahead and do so at your leisurely pleasure. But right now we're just talking about the episode, and I just feel like it could have been a lot better if it explored something new about Mitsuki, more about what he is defining as humanity, and his own humanity rather. And we finally got some confirmation that Mitsuki being interested towards Boruto was implemented by Orochimaru. The whole thing where Orochimaru or Mitsuki sees the picture of Boruto, that was set up by Orochimaru, and he wanted that to happen. So we already know that Mitsuki is going to be, destined to be around Boruto a lot, and then they make up this whole thing where like Orochimaru is like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to, in order for this to stop, whatever pain Mitsuki's feeling, we're gonna have to erase his memories. But we already know that's not gonna happen because the entirety of the whole 100 like plus episodes of character growth for Mitsuki would basically mean nothing. So of course when the episode ends, yeah, it's revealed that he didn't get his memories erased. He seems perfectly back to normal the way that he was now. So that was basically pointless. So the episode just basically just feels really, really, really pointless with what they're doing, and specifically in this episode and the last episode. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. I wish it would have been better. They just didn't do what I thought they were gonna do. And it makes me really sad. But I can only hope and wish that they do something, interesting in the next coming weeks. Next week's episode, for some reason to me, just looks fun because it has to involve freaking Kakashi, the sixth Hokage, Mirai, Mirai Sarutobi, who's the daughter of Asuma Sarutobi, and Guy, Mike Guy, and whenever you have Guy and Kakashi and like their relationship in an episode, that's always going to be really fun, and it's going to be really fun to explore more about Mirai because she was in an episode like voice crack. She was in an episode like a couple of months ago. She was in an episode a couple of months ago, and we haven't seen her since, and they haven't done anything with her since. We know that she's really strong and that she takes after her dad in a couple of ways, but other than that, we don't really know that much about her unless we know more about her in the manga. But in the anime, we don't have anything about her in the anime. We don't know anything about her in the anime. I just, and it's like, I'm gonna enjoy the episode maybe because Guy is always fun to have in an episode, but I would kind of already wish that they would go ahead and go into the next arc and do something interesting with the next arc, because the arc that we had before with the curse mark and Jugo, that was his name. I had a brain fart and I couldn't remember his name. But with Jugo, the thing with Jugo and the curse mark, that stuff was interesting because they explored more with Boruto and a couple other ideologies, and that was fun. That was a good arc to watch, and it was super consistent. And now we're back to inconsistency, and the episodes aren't fun to watch anymore. And I'm really frustrated because I want to like the anime, and I want to tell people to watch the anime and have fun with it, but it doesn't hit, the spark and, the fun and the creativity that Naruto did, sadly. And it's just, I know nothing is ever going to compare to Naruto and Naruto Shippuden because, of course, that came first and I watched that first, so nothing's ever going to, ignite that spark of, the Naruto love that I have for the series ever again with Boruto. But I would like that to kind of, get that again, or have something like that happen again with Boruto, because it would just be a lot of fun to watch the series again. So overall, the episode would just, it explored a lot of stuff that we had before, that we've seen before, and it just didn't do anything new enough to where it made anything interesting, because we can already tell what's going to happen at the end of the episode, because it was really predictable, and, it's not like they're going to erase Mitsuki's memories at all, because that would just be really dumb, in a story perspective, and a writing perspective, and writing sense. It would be really, really dumb. But those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. And let me know your thoughts and opinions. Let me know if they're the same or they're similar to what mine are in the comments. I'm very interested what you have to see, or what you have to say rather. And I have another video coming out in maybe the next day or two. I have to also review the One Punch Man episode that's going to come out this Tuesday, so you may see that on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm going to hopefully get another video out about Mortal Kombat 11. A review. That's what I'm going to be doing. It's a review for Mortal Kombat 11. For those of you who don't know, I actually really like fighting games. That's why you're probably going to be seeing Mortal Kombat 11 footage. But I'm going to do a review for Mortal Kombat 11 because I have a couple things that I want to say about it. But regardless, we're going to wait until that video comes out. And until then, I'm going to go ahead and end off this video by saying, if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. And if you are new, subscribe for more videos just like this. I'll see you guys next one. Have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.